Welcome, class, to Kitchen 101, where we teach you how to cook, not what to cook, giving you the knowledge and comfort you need to create and modify recipes that fit your chosen way of eating and lifestyle. Today we're going to be talking about how to make your own pumpkin puree. So go ahead, grab yourself a pen, paper, and a big old vat of whipped cream, because I'm Professor Kitchen and class is in session. Fall just recently started and all your winter squashes are now in season. One of the most beloved winter squash is that of pumpkin. We love pumpkin spice everything. Well, it gets kind of expensive if you're going to go around buying it in a can. So today we're going to talk about how to create your own pumpkin puree from scratch. And I promise you, it's going to be better than the can.
Now let's get our stuff together. We're going to need a baking pumpkin, a bowl, a sheet pan, some aluminum foil, a large sharp knife, an ice cream scoop, some non-stick spray, and some cooking oil. Before we begin, let's set our oven to 350 degrees. If you have an older oven like mine, you might want to bump it up to 400. Remember to go ahead and roll up your sleeves and remove your jewelry because this is going to get messy. Grab that sharp knife. Go ahead and remove the label off of the pumpkin because that's not going to taste good and it's going to burn in the oven. Using your knife and holding the pumpkin firmly, cut off the stem of the pumpkin. You may have to turn it a couple times and you may have to just use some brute force strength there at the end to get it all the way off. Now stand your pumpkin where the stem end was facing upward and take your knife and poke straight down in the middle of it and then slowly pull down towards you. Go about a quarter to 1/3 of the way down. Now turn and repeat. Be careful, don't get your thumb caught in there. Finish both of those cuts all the way to the bottom of the pumpkin. Now grab the pumpkin, two halves of the pumpkin with each hand and just pull apart like it's a clamshell. Now grab that scoop and let's deseed it. Make sure you scrape all the stringy bits from off of the inside. Those are edible, but they're not overly tasty. Okay, we're going to need to remove the little bottom part or else it won't lay flat on the sheet pan. Make sure you don't cut yourself while trying to do this. It can be difficult. Just a hint here, if you're going to save the seeds to eat later, and I'm going to make a video on that, then don't put the stem and the label in the same bowl with the seeds. Make sure you clean both sides of the pumpkin. Don't just do one side because we're going to need both of them. Now that we've got the pumpkin clean, let's go ahead and take our sheet pan and wrap it in tin foil just to make cleanup easier. If you don't want to do this step, that's fine. Make sure you spray the pan down with non-stick spray so it doesn't stick. Place both the pumpkin halves face down on the pan. Now we're going to take a little oil and we're going to rub it all on the top of the pumpkin halves. What this is going to do is going to help heat move in faster and move in more evenly. Oil is a great conductor. Now let's go ahead and wash our hands so we don't get oil all over the place. And let's take the pumpkin halves and go ahead and put them in the oven. Set your timer for 30 minutes and go enjoy a refreshing beverage while you wait. When the timer goes off, check it for doneness. The knife should slide in really easily. If it's not done, put it back in for another 5 to 10 minutes. When it is done, go ahead and pull it out. Now we're going to need to carefully flip the pumpkin halves over in order for them to cool. They are very hot, around 350 degrees, so be careful and not burn yourself. Once the pumpkin halves are cool, we're going to need to scrape out the flesh. If you cooked it long enough, you can just peel the rind off, no problem. If you need to, you can use a scoop and get that stuff out. We're going to put these into a food processor, and now we're going to season it up so it tastes good. You can use things like cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, allspice, cardamom, and of course salt and pepper. But be careful with the salt because you don't want to oversalt your final dish. Let's get the food processor back together, but be careful you don't do what I did and knock the blade off while you're trying to get it back together. It's a real pain to get fixed. Now we're going to blend it till all the lumps are gone. You're going to need to stop occasionally and mix it up, get your chunks back into it, and wipe the sides down. See that big lump right there? We're going to need to push that one down. That's a good example of what I'm talking about. Go ahead and occasionally take the lid off and put your fingers down there to see if you can feel any lumps. Once you don't feel any lumps, you're ready to go. Did I mention this is messy? Well, all that work, what did we get out of it? Well, let's throw it on the scale and find out. Looks like we got about 21 ounces. Well, that's pretty much right between your normal can size of 15 ounces and then your big can size of 25 ounces. So you got enough for a couple pies there for sure. Well, class, I hope you now have a good understanding of how to make your own pumpkin puree. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you found this class useful, please give us a thumbs up. Hope you have a great week. God bless. Class, dismissed. Oh, seriously? So giving you the knowledge and experience, no, giving you the knowledge and wisdom you need comfort. The word is comfort.